Hello. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining the stream today. How's it going? Um, to me, it's been a busy weekend so far, and yep, still trying to calm down this weekend. Lots of stuff to do, and over here on the streaming side, it seems like my remote desktop is not being happy with me. But while I sort that out, today we are. Oh, there we go. Today we are implementing navigation between the channels and the item details screen. Because last week we did the item details screen and it was okay. I mean, it served the purpose, but it there's no navigation between those two screens, so there's no way for a person to get from the first screen to the second screen. So we're gonna do that today. And that's the problem. Okay, so while I figured this out, let's see what we can do. Okay. Oh, the other thing, some news this week. We had some nice Compose library updates. Let's see what they were. We had the alpha. Was it alpha 2? Oh no, RC3 Compose 1.1. So that is exciting. Material 3 got updates. Pretty much everything got updates. But there weren't any big updates as far as I know. If anybody knows about any significant changes, it'd be great to hear that. But I don't think I saw anything that was a huge change or even a slight change. I think Foundation had some things. Let's see Foundation. We got a non-restartable composable 2 methods, and I'm not sure what that is, but sounds interesting. And we got accompanist updates, and one that is actually relevant to us, at least for now. The change is basically to prohibit users from scrolling on the pagers, and now this parameter is called user scroll enabled. So that's nice. All right, I'm still setting up my emulator, which has a weird setup because I can't run the Android TV emulator locally because it's an M1 Mac. Instead, what I do is I have a Windows computer and I run the emulator there, remote into it, and then show that on the Mac screen. There is a blog post coming out soon about how to do that, how to connect your Mac or really any computer to a remote emulator on a different computer and debug it as if it is local. So what basically I'm doing right now is I'm connecting to that emulator and these steps will be coming up in the blog post, but let's do that right now. Let's see if that works. ADB connect. There we go. So that, well, that connected it to the emulator, and over here we have this emulator running on the Windows PC. Where do I post my blogs? Welcome, Katernin. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. I post it, well, this one is going to be posted on 2 places. The Doist dev blog, which is this one. And I'm going to be trying Hashnode this time. Usually it's my personal website, but I'm trying to switch to Hashnode now because it has comments and a community around it. So this is going to be my Hashnode website. It is empty right now because everything is sitting in drafts, but that'll change hopefully soon. Okay, so here's the emulator, and it's running the app. There's the channels, there's the apps. It should be familiar if you've well, YouTube decided to start. It should be familiar if you've joined our stream before, or this stream before. Let's go back to that we're developing instead of YouTube. Must have pressed a button. All right, back to this. Okay, so let's see what we're doing today. These are all the tasks that I could come up with last week. Obviously, we're not doing all of them right now, but yeah, no problem. But we're going to be doing this one. Let's move that at the top. Basically, what we want is, so on YouTube, we don't really care about this because ideally what you want is you press a video, you go into it. I think that's the behavior of the Google TV launcher as well. Let's see. So you go here, recommended videos, right? Let's pick one that is just, oh, let's pick this one. JetBrains TV is definitely not gonna sue us for anything. Okay, so it starts immediately. So we don't want this, like we do want it to start immediately on YouTube videos, but we still want to make this screen, and I'm not gonna put my Prime Video on this emulator or anything, so we're going to do it with YouTube videos and then not do it on YouTube videos. We're gonna use them as an example, but then make them the exception, because that's what the user expectation will be. Let me show you the item details screen and what I'm talking about. So let's go there. By the way, if anybody has a good name suggestion, please throw that on chat, because I don't have a good name. All right, so this is the item detail screen. We have the poster art at the background, in the background, and then we have the title in big letters, and we have subtitle, which is just the description, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, program description. So basically, let's start with adding the navigation library. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a mobile companion app. It doesn't do anything right now, but that was a suggestion when I use a new project wizard. So let's see, if we go to new project wizard, do Android TV, right? Blank activity. There's this pair with companion phone app. I was curious, so I checked the box. Not sure what the use cases will be here, but if it can actually connect to the app on the TV like a watch app, there could be some interesting use cases there. So that's something to think about. All right. Well, we could update Compose. I don't know if I want to do that right now, but I do want to update Accompanist Pager for fun. So let's do that. Let's do that alpha. Yep, that's it. That should work. Oh, no. Compose is 1.2 alpha 2, and this one, maybe we don't want that just yet. I don't want to do this live stream. I mean, I don't want to do this on live stream, you know? This can be a big risk. Okay, let's add navigation compose then. Not the hilt one, this one. That should be the latest one. Let's see if it is. Let's see. Oh. Well, stable is 2.4 and the latest alpha is 2.5 alpha 01. No, let's stick to 2.4 for now. Let's not make it more risky than it needs to be. Okay. Right, so navigation. I think most basic thing for navigation first is read the docs. So that's what we're gonna do. Let me show you what I'm talking about. There's navigation compose. We set up a nav controller and set up a nav host. And then we navigate to a composable. At this point, I also want to mention the Code with Italians app, the app that the Code with the Italians channel is developing. It's called Bundle, and they have a nice navigation setup. So I'm actually going to also use that as a place to learn from. They have multiple graphs, and it's in my opinion, it's quite neatly set up. So I'm gonna use that as well. But what we are actually trying to do is right now there's one navigation graph. There's two destinations. One is the channel screen, which is the home screen right now. And the other one is the item details screen. So let's set up our nav host. Let's set up a nav controller. Ooh, what is this? Navigators. Can I do without it? Yep. This is new. Okay. Compose Navigator and Dialog Navigator. Huh. Navigates through composables. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. So let's get rid of that. And the graph is the one we're going to be creating ourselves. Maybe not like that. Seems like some things have changed since I last did navigation on Compose. So let's see what this bundle app does. Okay, so we have navigation. So they have navigation route seal class with routes strings. Oh, speaking of routes, there is another library called Compose Destinations. Yes, there it is. This library is by Rafael Costa, and basically it uses KSP annotation processing to set up the destinations for you. So instead of manually setting this up, you just call the generated composable destination with the arguments. It's very handy, and I am thinking about using it, but today I want to keep it simple and achieve that one goal. Okay, let's go back here and the documentation. Let's keep that open somewhere. Okay. So we have nav controller and start destination. Okay. Start destination. Ooh, there's no more start destination. What's going on? Is this the right nav host? That is the right nav host. Let's see. Okay, we have the nav controller. Ah. This one. Okay, there's the one with the start destination and the builder. This is the other one. Okay. We want that one, not the other one. Okay. Yep, this one. Okay. There's nav controller, there's start destination. Let's do home for now. And then builder is gonna be in a lambda here. Okay. First things first, define a composable, call it home. And over here, we're gonna do all of this home scaffold stuff. And then the other one is gonna be item details. I would rather this be in camel case, but for now, well, it's gonna be an object anyway, so it's fine. It's okay. Right. For anybody that's joined recently, we're doing an Android TV launcher application. Basically trying to make a more customizable version of the Google TV launcher. So this is the Google TV launcher, and well, we're gonna just see one screen of our app right now, but that's one screen of our app. There's a lot to cover, and right now what we have is we have two screens. One that shows recommendations or whatever the apps publish as their data for the launcher or for the system, and number two is the apps, because of course you need a launcher needs to show apps. Plus sometimes you want to go into each app and avail that functionality. So let's run this. This will probably run just fine. Although there's a lot more here that we need to do after this. Okay. All right, so there's our screen over there. and that seems to be just fine. And then we have this this destination that we need to somehow route to. There's multiple ways of doing this. Number one is we could pass the nav controller. So let me show you how we navigate. So navigation is basically like this, where you call navigate and you provide a route. And this is in the oh, it's not in the compose library. Okay, so we do something like item details, but we'd have to call it from the channel screen. The other thing is that this item details needs arguments, because we need to provide which argument is it going to show. Right now it's hard coded to be the first program that it sees in the first channel, but obviously when we are tapping an item, we expect to see that program's details, not the same program. So to navigate with arguments, what you can do is something like this. Program ID. I think we'd need channel ID as well. So let's do channel ID. Does that work? I don't know. I don't know if that will work, but that's how the documentation says. Actually, let's do this first. Let's provide it just a channel ID and show the first program from that channel, and then build on that. That way, if anything breaks, at least we know where it broke. Okay, so I'm going to just pass the nav controller to it. Not to app screen right now, but maybe later. That will also be something we'd have to do. Okay, in channel screen we have nav controller, and over here we want to do on program clicked. And why do we want to do that is because this composable here, the channel screen content composable, I want it to be separate from all the other dependencies of the app. Basically, if it can provide a preview, and yeah, if it can provide a preview and is independent of the rest of the components of the app, that I think is a good separation of concerns. So we're gonna do nav controller, navigate, item details. Okay, so there's a to-do here, but let's create that lambda first, or that argument first. So on program clicked, and then channel list, same thing. Do that. And then on channel row, right, do that. And then program card should have something like on click. So see here, it's just opening the intent right now. We will keep this. Oops. Interesting. We will keep this, and so we'll keep this because we need that exception. Like we want to not go into item detail screen for certain channels where it will go directly to the program. But we do need it for general purpose, so we'll do on click, Unless it should be on clicked, maybe. Let's see. I have water. I do not have water. Okay. Maybe we'll take a break in the middle somewhere so I can get water. Okay. So we have this clickable card. By the way, cards don't have their own, I guess they don't, their own click function. Click argument. Okay. What we're gonna do is that if it is not null, we'll call that, and either that or we do it somewhere here. Okay, let me see. We could do it here. Call the program's intent. We need the type of channel. That is not available in preview program, is it? Oh, it is. Get channel ID. Okay. We have the channel object up here, which is very useful. Channel object I don't think has... Oh, it does have package name, which would be... Yeah, that's what we would be using. Okay. So I think this can remain this way. And clickable. Let's call on click. Yep. Up here we have on click like that. Okay, we need local context up there, down there, and over here we will just comment this out. Set a to-do to handle channels where intent should launch directly. So once we fix that, everything will be nice, but right now doing on program clicked, so we navigate away from it. Okay. So this should open the item details screen, and let me do this. Fix me provide arguments for program. Okay. So now if we tap an item on the channel screen, it should open item details screen. So let's see. Do that. Oh, it crashed. Why did it crash? Let's see. Navigation destination that matches request cannot be found in navigation graph. Okay. Did I misspell it? Oh, right. Because this channel ID is here. Okay, let's remove it. Let's see if it works. And we'll also see how to provide arguments. Okay, click that, you go there, click back, you go back. Okay, so now it's opening the same program, but it's opening for every click. And let's see if that works with D-pad navigation, because that is the kind of navigation we actually need to support. So you press enter, that opens up, and I don't think backspace does what I think it does, so I'm just gonna press back. All right, so now we need to provide the channel ID. Let's start with channel ID first. and then go to program ID. I think. Or let's see the data here. Let's see the data. We have channels, and we have, oh, the data is actually here. So preview program has a channel ID. Okay. And it must also have its own ID somewhere. Somewhere there must be a program just ID maybe. Space. Interesting. There must be program ID. Browsable, poster art, short description. Just want to see if they're unique or not. And if we can depend on that uniqueness or not. Okay. Well, the problem is this isn't JSON, so I can't reformat it or read it in a sensible way. Okay. Let's open Scratch. And let's see, ID. There we go, underscore ID. 26995. Interesting. Okay. So that could be unique. Maybe it's not. Okay. Let's see. 27270 something. Channel ID is 233. And we have 26946. I don't know. I mean, it should be unique, but whatever. Let's do channel ID and then program ID. Okay. In that case, let's put this back. And now to navigate to channel ID, what you do is you put the ID of the channel here. So if ID of the channel is 233, you put it like that. We need to get that. So let's do this. Let's see what type it is. Preview channel ID is an integer. So let's do that. Int. That would be channel ID. Okay. And over here we have click, also int, then channel row. Okay, so over here we can and we'd have to go all the way to where it is called, but there is a channel here, so new channel ID. And then over here, same thing. Do that. Oh, it's a long over here. Okay. Make it a long then. Okay, so that should pass this on to the item details screen. The problem is item details screen isn't actually reading it. So let's see how to read the argument. So we have this, and that's the route. You also need to define the arguments. Arguments over here will be this way. List of argument, channel ID, and then we need type, which is going to be long type. Put it in different lines. Let's put the arguments over there. Okay, there we go. See, this gets real boilerplatey real fast, and that's why I was thinking of using the compose destinations library, which would generate all this for us. Now on the other side, this is the composable itself. We need to provide that argument now. So you see this backstack entry. We need to use that to retrieve the argument and send it to item details screen. Let's see, backstack entry, arguments, get long, channel ID. And then of course we need to add that parameter to the composable. We call it channel ID over here. And well, that's a great point. Could be like that, or it could be nullable. I don't know. We could always do this. Error or something, then return. But for now, let's assume it is fine, like it's an acceptable channel. Can we do require arguments? Well, ideally I would just, you know, do like, not like that, but I just call require and call it a day, because I know that wherever in the app I call this route, I am going to provide arguments. That's also why compose destinations is a very attractive library, because I think it does type checking on in the place where you are calling the route, or you know, navigating to the route. Just a lot of points for compose destinations library there. Let's see. Okay, so for now let's just do this. It'll crash if it's -1. That's fine. And over here we'll pass a channel ID. Nope, we will not pass channel ID. Now we actually need to get the correct channel. Okay, so the key is preview channel. That's not gonna work for us. First, keys first, that is the channel ID. Okay, so that's the channel, I believe. Yep. And program would be that. And that's not correct. Oh, right. It won't be one program, it'll be all the programs. But since we haven't done the part where we get the program ID as well, let's run this and it'll get us the first channel in the program. No, sorry, the first program in the channel. And after that, we'll pass the program ID as well. Then we wouldn't have to do any of this. We just get first program that matches program ID. Okie doke. Did it just crash? Let's try again. No, it did not crash. Okay, so over here we have this. And if I click this is a different channel. Well, that worked. Click that, that's the first program again. like that. That's the first program in this channel. Cool. Now we have the program ID. Let's see if it works the same way. That's the confusion I was having. It's like, what if you want to pass multiple programs? Can you do this like a REST API? Let's try it. I don't have much faith in this one, but let's see. Call it program ID. And over here, also call it program ID. Of course, we need to create that argument. This is weird because, okay, let's just put explicit arguments here, and we'll that one. Okay, and over here in channel screen, let's send the program ID as well. Need to add that all the way. So let's just take a shortcut here. Boom, done. And over here, we will program ID. This thing is not happy at all. What's the problem? Program, okay, yeah, just do this. Program clicked. Okay, yeah, we don't need any of that in the preview right now. Okay, let's see if that works. We'll see. We'll see if this navigates properly. It does. Okay, let's use the program ID then. Okay. First we need to see whether the program existed, and then, well, the thing is, okay, so the thing is, this first will throw an exception if no element is found. So technically, this should already be, like, this should already be present if it hasn't crashed yet. So I'm just gonna do this. And then over here, we'll do ID is program ID. And it over here is a preview program. So this should open the correct program. Let's see if it does. Yep, that works quite well. Okie doke. So if all that works, then the only thing to find out is this a best practice? We're doing multiple arguments. Is that how you do it? Let's see the documentation over here. Navigating with arguments. Similar to how you add arguments to a deep link. Okay, so optional arguments go like that. And path arguments go like that. Looks fine to me. They're not optional arguments, so they just go like path, what do you call path segments? Okay. All right. Now, since we have this, let's commit and then try to make this animated using animated nav host. Okay, let's see the changes. Yep, we added that. We added that. I upgraded Gradle plugin right before the stream. Something that could have been risky. Yep, we added all those arguments. Upgraded Gradle over here. And added the program and channel ID over here. Cool. These are not to be included. All right. Added navigation, or this is a thing we use imperative commit message style. Navigation between channels channels screen and item details screen. Update Gradle or AGP, and yeah, that's it. So let's commit that. Check failed. Okay, those are fine. This is not the check I usually do. Okay, let's do the checks that I usually do. Do that. Just clearing up imports. And I think I'm gonna use fork. I don't use this Nerd Studio thing. So I'm gonna use what I'm comfortable with here. And that. Okay. There we go. That's good. All right, now let's try animated nav host now. So I need to find some information about animated nav host. Compose navigation animations, some blog posts, transition animation. There we go. Oh, well, it's not here anymore. Anim block cannot be used with navigation is being tracked in this feature request. This feature request is fulfilled though. There we go. There's a blog post. It's the same blog post that we opened earlier by Ian Lake. Cool. Also, suddenly, Medium has a new UI. Very interesting. Did they fix comments? Nope, they didn't. Okay. Pose animations. Animate 2, la la la. Yep. Navigation 2.4, stable. Okay. Any code in Navigation Compose 2.4 can only rely on stable Compose animation APIs. In the world of Compose, jump cuts should be the first thing on your list to banish completely. Amen. Definitely. Okay. Accompanist. Okay. Well, then that's what we will use. But does it rely on the alpha Compose version? It does. Doesn't it? It does. All right. We are updating our Compose to 1.2 Alpha 01. Let's see what breaks. Let's do it. Do it live. Alpha 01. Right, that's the one that we're supposed to be using. Where is it? There. Alpha 02, okay. And is there a newer alpha? I don't think there is, but let's double check. Nope, Alpha 02 is the latest, released 3 days ago. Cool, let's do it. And then we will also add accompanist navigation to it. So there's navigation material and navigation animation. Okay, let's see what's the difference. Compose material support for jetpack navigation compose. Oh, okay. Seems to be for bottom sheet. Yep, this features composable bottom sheet destinations. Okay, we don't need that right now. We do need is to animate a nav host. Let's see if something broke. Let's see what broke. Let's build the app. And let's see. It launched. That's a good sign. This is opening. That's fine. This is fine. Okay. D-pad navigation still the same. Yep, still broken. And then we have this, which we can disable now. We have this that's working. Ooh. That's neat. I didn't see that last time. I thought this would cover up the whole UI and it'll be like just black over here, but I think this is nicer. What do you think? And then we have the settings, which it's fine. Okay. In that case, let us disable swiping and include navigation animations. All right, guess we're updating all the alphas. Here we go. Is that the same? Yes, it is. All right, delete that. And activity compose, everything else is fine, I think. Okay, now let's add navigation. Accompanist, let's see what it's called. Accompanist navigation animation. There we go. For good measure, let's run it again because we just updated material 3 and some other stuff. Oh, there we go. There we go. Lazy grid state. Ooh, this can be exciting. Remember lazy grid state. Ah. That is interesting. Why did they create that? I mean, makes sense why they created that, but what does it bring that's new? Maybe the scroll stuff works better now. Because last time I tried, scrolling wasn't working very well. I just chalked it up to an Android TV problem rather than using a grid versus lazy list problem. Maybe that's the reason. All right, what's the problem here? Lazy grid has a different items index. Oh man. Okay, let's see. There's 2 item lists and well, this one takes a list. Doesn't have spans. Oh no, it does. Okay. Ooh, span is different now. Oh. Okay. Alright, that fixed it. Cool, cool. Let's see, that's fixed. That's fixed. That's fixed. Okay. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Well, seems to be the same. And up here. Yeah, seems to be the same. But I will play with the scroll to item stuff and see if that is better now. Maybe. Let's see the release notes actually. Why don't we? Where is it? What packages is in? Foundation, okay. Well, I stand corrected. There is some interesting development here. Alpha 1 has user scroll enabled. Yep, that's what's being used in a horizontal pager now. So we can do that. And I don't see anything about grid state. Yeah. Interesting. Also, let's update Kotlin if we have not. Oh, it's already 16:10. Okay, let's commit this. Date compose to a new level. And that. Let's unstage this because this is new. Date compose to 1.2.0 02. There we go. All right. So let's do that thing first. In this pager, where is the pager? Home scaffold. Let's disable swiping. Fling behavior, user scroll enabled. There we go. That should disable swiping because nobody's swiping on a TV screen. So what we actually want is this more than the other way. So if you do this, oh, that's not, no. Okay, well, it's still the same behavior if you're using D-pad. So that's not great. I guess this doesn't do anything then on TV because nobody's really swiping on TV. Why do we even care? This is present. We're gonna have to do some funky stuff for this one. For now, let's keep it aside and let's implement navigation. Let's see. All right, so what's the way to do this? Ian Lake must have put some, okay. Replace remember nav controller with animated nav controller. Let's do that. Side by side. Remember animated nav controller, done. What do you want? Yep, we're all about those experimental APIs. Okay. Place nav host with animated nav host. Oops. Okay. Place these imports that Medium will not let me copy without weird stuff. Okay. Place these imports with Okay, this one is probably the only one that's... Yeah. So let's change that. com.google accompanist navigation animation composable. All right. Do that. And other than that, we have nav type, which I don't think is changing. Nav argument, probably not changing, and nav host controller, probably not changing. Okay. First glance, nothing's changed. They're same fade in, fade out. But now we can configure the animations. For each composable destination, there are these new arguments. Okay, enter transition, exit transition. All of that. That's fun. Okay. Let's run this. Let's see if everything works. Then we'll go from there. Okay, that was something. There's some zooming in stuff going on over here. Whoa. I bet it's even cooler on a real device or on something that's an emulator that's running locally instead of on a different computer, because this animation is probably not as like it's not coming up as smooth as it should be. But what we want to do actually is recreate whatever animation this animation over here. So not only do we fade out, but we also explode the background. Let's see. Let's slow this animation down. Yeah, okay. So there's some expansion going on in the background. On this screen, as it expands, and the other screen, the incoming screen, seems to be just, I mean, there is some scaling happening, but mostly it's fading in. Okay, let's try. So enter transition over here should have the animation spec. What are these two arguments? And okay, we need to specify an animation spec, but okay, animated content scope. Nope, that's yeah. Okay, so it's an animated content scope, and we're going to return an enter transition, which okay, let's try this. Let's try his example first, and then go from there. Oh, I see. That doesn't look right. Is that the only composable? That's the only composable, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Well, since we cannot... There are arguments. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. That's not it either. Okay, let's see some examples here. Animations and navigation compose. Nope, that's the same. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay. That was it. Okay, slide into container. Let's see, what else? What else do we have over here? What kind of animations are we talking about? Slide into container, slide out of container. Oh, is that it? I think that's it. See if there's anything else. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's try this. Let's try this one. Slide into container. And we will have slide direction, which would be up, I think. And we'll have animation spec of that, just to, you know, test it out. See what happens. See if we can even see this on this emulator. Oh, okay. That slid up. I would say it did. Can we do this? Seems like we can. And if that works, that would be really nice. Did it fade at all? Maybe. Okay, what if we do this? Now if it fades, we will be able to see clearly it's actually fading in. Oh yeah, it's fading. Cool. So in that case, let's add an exit transition as well. Slide out of container towards the bottom, down. And let's add the same things, but we'll fade out instead of fade in. Oh, it even complains about it. Because fade in is an enter transition, not an exit transition. So fade out is an exit transition, as you can see here. Okay. Let's see. There's that. That wasn't. That didn't slide out. Can we increase this? We can see on this emulator. I'm not really seeing an exit transition here. Nope. Okay. Let's read some of this. By the way, the music is courtesy of Stream Beats. It's completely copyright free music to use in Twitch streams and YouTube videos. So yeah, if you are streaming, if you are creating YouTube videos, check it out. They have genres for all kinds of genres, really. Let's see if I can show you their homepage. Copyright free music on Apple Music, on Amazon, on Spotify. So you have Xmas still going on, Holiday, you have Hype Tracks, Chiptune, Chill Step. This is what this one is. I think it's Mindless Matter, but maybe it's a different album. Hi-fi, you have drum and bass, house, hip-hop, rock, lo-fi. Yeah, it's great background. It's great background music. You can see who the artists are. There's like, this is great. This is really great. Oh, okay. Let's see copyright claims. Oh, okay. So you can claim copyright if you need to. Cool. We don't need to do that. Back to this. So what else do we need? So our exit animation is not working. Enter animation is working nicely. What's the deal with that? Okay. What if we add what if we add an enter transition here or something of the sort? I don't think that will actually do it, but I just don't know why this isn't. Like, there's no exit transition here. So I'm a bit confused. By the way, I am going to take a little bit of break because my throat is parched and I need water. So I'm gonna take a break, get some water. I'll be right back, probably 2 minutes. All right, I'm back. Okay. So our exit transition doesn't work, which is a concern. What can we do about this? So I was thinking of adding the enter transition and exit transition to home composable. But let's see the samples. Let's see. So they have a composable called Blue. There's an enter transition when it is transitioning to red, and when is coming back. Right. And then we have red where it's transitioning to blue and green, and so on. You know what else we could do? Oh, we can't even use a phone because that doesn't have what do you call, that doesn't have the channels. Dang. Okay. I will have to look at it on a real TV and see if there's a problem or this is just, I mean, I'm pretty sure that this is happening not just on the emulator, but it's gonna happen on the TV as well. Just because we double the speed and it's still the same. Let's remove the slow animation part from this again. Okay. So that's the slow animation to do that. Press back. Okay. Yeah, no, that's pretty visible. Let's try a different direction. See if we can. Let's see, maybe that's the problem. So you do that. And you press back. Nope. Okay. Well, in that case, what can we do? What can we do? Let's add some exit transition to home. Although, that's not the same, but, oh, what if we add enter transition to home and that at least animates the home screen? Let's see. So let's do, not slide, no. Scale? Scale in. Is there a place where I can find all of the enter? There we go. Not like that. Okay. Oh, not like that either. I wanna find out which ones expand vertically. There's so many. Like I wanna know. Let's see. Function return types. There. Okay, animated content has that. Expand horizontally, all of that. Scale in. I think scale in and fade in together make for that effect that Google TV Launcher uses. Okay, so if we were to do that, we would do what? Scale in? No. Yeah, we do scale in and fade in. Okay. And for exit transition, we do scale out and fade out. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. If we're lucky, it will be exactly the same. But it didn't even do anything. Oh man. That's annoying. Okay. Let's scale this in, okay? Because that's the only one that works. Okay, that was really slow. I didn't really see anything, so It's scale in and animation spec or tween it. Don't care. Oh, not that scaling. Oh no, that's not the scaling we want. We want it to look. This one. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's gonna be in the screen. That's not like that's gonna be the composable that controls this, not navigation. In that case, why don't we just go with fade and then do the animations inside the composable? Same with this, because look at the poster art. It doesn't change size, only the text does. So, if that's the case, then we need to somehow pass something into the composable, like the channel screen composable, so that it understands that we're returning and do that transition. Okay. In that case, let's stick with fade in then. And fade out. Fade out doesn't even work. Oh my god. It's annoying. Okay. Sure, let's commit this. Why not? Disable. Okay, let's commit this. Add. Made it nav host. Host, stable, piping, pager. Okay. So with that, we have definitely implemented navigation between channels and item details screen. Let's do this then. Because this should definitely be animated between channel and your app screen. So both of these will be separate screens. These will be buttons that are sitting outside of that screen. So that will be probably a different navigation graph. It's either we do this or we do this. And right now, I'm more inclined to do this part and get a user profile image. Okay, I'm gonna go for this. Figure out how to get the user profile image. So step one. So this is the part that I didn't do last week because I thought it'd be straightforward and it wasn't. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dive into Android source code and figure out what it does to get the notification, to get the user profile in notification. So let's see, user profile. Oh man, there's gonna be so many things here. What are we looking for? Quick setting, tiles, hot car, TV. Ooh, oh, TV has it. That could be interesting. Does the normal TV launcher have this as well? Because that's the Google TV launcher, but let's see. Let's create a new emulator for the TV. And let's do Android TV. Okay. So while that's downloading, Let's see if we can find something here. Nope, that's the only one. The users. Nope, that's not it. Okay, that's downloaded. Let's open this. Hope I don't have to log into this one. Let's figure this out. Okay. So sure. Debug allowed. Virtual SD card, whatever. Go away. Alright, there we go. Nope, that's just... Oh, because we're not signed in. Ah, okay, that's annoying. Well, let me sign in then. I don't even know what account I used on that one. Oh, don't know. Let's see. Let's see what account I use on this one. Oh, okay. Yep, that will work. All right, so I'm gonna... Jeez. Okay. Okay, so that's logged in, and I don't see any profile image here. So that sucks. Okay, so it's not in the Android TV source. Cool. It's definitely in the normal source though. Let's see, user manager, or user manager, TV user, maybe there's a TV user manager. Okay, so there's user ID. There's some stuff. Okay, user source, okay, interesting. Account, right. Well, that's not useful. Oh, but we are getting an account. That's the Google account. That's the user. Okay, well in that case we're dealing with an account manager and not the other guy. An account manager might have an API to get the user profile. User. Okay, so if we get account manager, blah blah blah, and the Android get user profile image. ID username. Okay, so you just get accounts, and then you have the account object. Somebody made a library. Yeah, let's see what this guy is. What's an account then? Ah, it's name and type. That's it. Oh man. No. And photo. Nope, it's not it. Account picture. Let's see. Android get user account. There must be a way because Google TV Launcher is doing it. Google TV Launcher can do it, so can we. Simple as that. Or maybe not, but most probably. And secondly, even my phone does it when I have quick settings. There's the edit button and the power button, the settings button, and in the middle is my user. Ooh, let's do this. Add guest. Let's figure this out. A string called add guest is it's present, and that shows a profile image. So let's try that. Android, but finding a string, like I should be able to find a string here. Oh, there we go. Setting lib. Yeah, there we go. Let's get reference to that. Let's see if we can get it this way. Oh, well. Let's see. Oh man, 5 plus pages. Okay, so none of the XML one. None of the XML are the only. Okay, there we go. Still XML, and finally, there we go. User settings. Status bar. That's the one. Okay, so we have guest name. We have the new guest stuff. Item is current. User record. Ooh. Okay, and then you do. What else do you do here? Get name. Okay. Get item. This is the one. Okay, let's see what's in user record. Picture. Where's this picture coming from? Oh boy, right here, right there. Although, for all I know, this user record could be completely private. Okay, so user manager, get user icon. Okay, well that's quite promising. That is very promising. So let's see. We got rid of the user info repository that we created last time. Do that again. Get info repository and provide it with what? Context. Let's do that. And do get user info context. Get system service. User manager. Okay. And in user manager. What was the thing? In user manager we had. Nope, not this. Not this one. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, where did it go? Okay. This one? Nope. Not null picture. There we go. This one. No, not that one. This one. Nope, that's just. Oh, jeez. Where did it go? Where is it? Oh my goodness, it was right there. It's not it. It's just a constructor. Call hierarchy. Oh, there we go, that one. Okay. User manager, get user icon. I bet this is like a hidden function or something. Unsupported app usage. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. But you do get user icon. Let's go back. No. Well, there is something. Okay. Let's go back here. Get user account, user name. Okay, user goat, blah 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 blah. Okay. There is a way I'm gonna get to it. Get accounts privileged. Ooh, that's what you need? That might be tough. Signature. Oh no. There's no way to get user icon? How? How is that possible? Oh man. That's a bummer. So even if we call this, right? That, no, not like that. Ooh, manage users is fine. Oh, both of them. Any of. Okay, let's try this one. Manage. Oh no. Okay. Oh, where's this permission? This one should not be privileged, right? Okay, let's just see here. This one is. Seems available. Let's see. Let's put this in the thing. In here. Permission, manage. No. Oh, no. What's the other permission? Manage users or get accounts. That's not happening. Only system apps. Yep. Manage users. Even if I copy this, paste it. Maybe? Although, that's not how it would be. Like that. And it's only for system apps. Well then, that's a roadblock we've hit. Well, let's see what it's doing internally then. It's getting M service. What is M service? It is the user manager service. Okay. And who is implementing that? User manager service is implementing that. Get user icon. Okay, has manage users or permission. Oh, okay. It has both of these. Then you can get the user icon. Otherwise, you cannot get the user icon. That's so weird to me. That's so weird to me that they had to do this. Oh, this one. Badged icon for user. The user. Oh, so you have to provide the user icon for that one. Okay. No, I don't. Get default user icon. It's also internal. No, I don't see how that could work. So either the launcher is just made with system app, so it must be just using the same API. That's fine. Okay, well, in that case, we can't do anything. We actually just cannot get the icon. I guess we figured it out, but we can't do it. Okay. Navigation between channels and your app screen, I think we'll do that next week. I have to figure out what the navigation graph is going to look like, because we go to this one. So if we have channel screen as the default screen, right, and then we have the home screen be together composable in the same graph, I think it'll work just fine. This is still the hierarchy. Yes. If we're showing code, you need to be outside that hierarchy to do that. I think. What if they are the same composable, but in both screens, like duplicated? Will that work? They are the same composable in two screens. We switch between the screens. We're gonna have a difficult time animating those two. Like, if we want to ever animate the thing moves, slides, the indicator slides across to the other one, that would be very difficult. Okay, so in that case, let's imagine we have a home screen. That's the start destination of the root navigation graph. In it, we have the toolbar and the home screen content. Home screen content has its own navigation graph. Its own navigation graph. The start destination for that is channels. If you tap the Your Apps button, it goes to the other destination. So when you press back, it comes back to channel. That sounds right. Okay, and then if you tap any program, it will use the root navigation graph to do that. Thanks for the follow, one Irosac. Appreciate it, and thanks for stopping by. If you are here. Okay, so but nested navigation graph going to be, it's actually supported now, which is great. Let's see, over, it was on the accompanist page, or no, it wasn't in here. Navigation. Let's do a search. Nested navigation graphs. There it is. So nested navigation graphs are possible. I think even with Compose, they should be possible. There was something more about navigation somewhere. Let's see, navigation with Compose. There, nested navigation. So, so this is what the code with the Italians channel does. They have navigation like that, and that's how they have different graphs. And I think that would be very useful to separate things like onboarding and home screen and something else. Not home screen, but in our case, home screen, and other things. So see, login graph is like that. And then you have some other graph that's not login graph, like logged in graph, or authenticated graph or something like that. And that would be completely separate. It's really neat. But do we want to do that, or do we want to continue using Pager? Because right now I'm not seeing how Pager. Wow, thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Or sorry if I assumed your gender, but yeah, thanks a lot. Let's I I don't know. Let's think about this. If we have nested navigation graph, we're gonna have to deal with two nav controllers, and so it's gonna look something like let's make it here, like in animated nav host. You have, remember, animated nav controller, like that, and then you have where is it? There should be a function. Oh, there, yeah, that function. Where's this function? Let's see. So I didn't do that. Okay, there we go. There's this function. And we're going to use the accompanist navigation function. And in here, oh yeah, so see, it has its own destination. So we'd have something like start destination channels. And then what else is there? Route. Why is there route? Login. Oh, okay. So it's both a graph and a route. Interesting. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So start destination is home up here, and this is the start destination. This is the start navigation graph. And then we have the channel screen over here. Fine, let's put that as a variable. Sure. Yeah, let's keep that nav controller one. We'll revisit it if we actually implement this proper. So we have the channel screen here. What's the problem? Right. The problem is it should be in a composable. Okay. So we do that, and we define its route. Like that. Then we have another composable as apps, and we define that as app screen. Right. But if we show it like that, then there'll be no way to switch between them. So to switch between them, we need to put whatever is in home scaffold, like the top bar and whatnot, we need to put that out here. That is already confusing me. And then we would have the channel screen that navigates away from all this. Oof. It's the same nav controller, so that's interesting. But that's the thing. Okay, so if this toolbar is up here, it's going to... Oh, I never asked. Zach, how are you doing? Sorry, I'm still working on my Twitch manners. If we put the toolbar here, we're never going to be able to get rid of it. That's good to know. We're not going to be able to hide it. Oh, that's interesting. We use React at the company I work at, but I've not had much experience with React. I tried it a little. This is very similar, actually. They created a whole declarative framework, just like React, because that's a cool thing now. Java Spring Boot. A no-code app with React. What do you mean? So you're not coding it, but you're creating it with React? Or are you coding an app that allows people to make apps without any code? Okay, I'm gonna put the toolbar here. See what happens. That's really cool. Is it only web apps, or will it be able to do React Native too? Okay, scaffold is here. Well, the scaffold is already here. Might as well just reuse that and pass this as content. This is composable after all. Okay, so let's do that. This will have to be in its own nav controller. It just keeps getting worse and worse. But if I separate the concerns, this wouldn't be so complicated. Got it. So my job is still safe then. Web is nice. I wish I could do web all the time. I just stopped putting in any effort into learning the frameworks when there was this giant shift to JavaScript. Like, it just got more and more complicated over my lifetime. I started with Microsoft Front Page, which was of course the worst thing ever. But as a person in like 4th, 5th grade, that was awesome. And then learned PHP a little, and the whole LAMP stack and all that. And then I think after that, I switched to like Visual Studio because that's what we were doing in school. But after that, I started doing mobile. And when I looked back at web, I was like, whoa, this is all so different. Nobody's hosting. I mean, there are still LAMP hosts, but nobody's really using them anymore. Now we have what's it called? AWS. We have Roku. Does anybody even use that? We have so many things now that I was like, dang, this is too complicated to learn now for me. I did create a front end in Vue.js a few years ago. That was cool. That was really cool actually. Like I loved that everything was super quick, and it was an app. It wasn't a website, so that was I really liked that. But I don't know. Every time I think of React, I think of Facebook, and I'm like, why not Vue.js? And then I get lost in CSS. So there's that too. Okay, so toolbar needs to be in the as part of navigation. Dang. Okay, what if I do this? Okay, so this is home navigation, and we'll put... I mean, we can do really hacky stuff. We can even do like top app bar up here and just hide it when the destination is different. Like, that's possible too. And I have done something like that for another app, but I'm really trying to think what is the best way to do this. So again, maybe going back to this will help me as well. But what I'm trying to do is two things. So there's a navigation graph that dictates how navigation works inside the app. And so there's this one. Oh, so it goes the other way, huh? That's interesting. Never thought about it that way. I'm here to clear any of your Android confusions if you are confused about that. But to me, this is so much simpler than web. Like over here. Oh, and also this is my dream that web front end development becomes this simple. It's like on the channel screen, I have the channel list and columns and rows. Literally no divs or spans or paragraphs or whatever. It's just column and row. Super simple. And JetBrains, the company that makes this IDE, is actually working on Compose for web that will bring something similar. So they had columns and rows, but now they're trying to, they had divs and all that, but in this syntax, but now they are trying to bring the UI components into that as well. So there'll be more websites. And hopefully I'll be able to create one. I don't know. I have no stylistic prowess. Okay. Okay, so back to this. So we have this as a navigation destination, but see, the toolbar disappears, which means that wherever this stuff is, that can't be here in the navigation graph. So it's not at the same level. And then we have these two without any animations between them. It'd be really nice to be able to navigate between them and have enter and exit animations for them, which is like slide right and slide left. That would be perfect, because then you can do slide and fade in and have something like this. I don't know what the heck they use, like for Google TV, but it's a nice animation. It's sliding left and right, and it's smooth, looks nice. And plus, when you press back here, it goes there to the first tab. So that's really what I'm trying to create here. And looking at that, I think I've got my answer. Answer is, okay, what is this? This is not a composable. This is also not a composable. This is a composable, right? Let's do this and let's see what happens afterwards. So let's put this composable. Oh, no, it's almost turning out to be the same. Okay, so let's put this composable there. Let's get rid of this whole thing. And put that, get rid of these. Okay, so at this point, you have these composables and no top app bar. Now, what if you do home scaffold, get rid of the pages, get rid of the pager as well to show content, and content is just a composable function. Okay, and we have our top app bar just the same way, no difference, and we have pager state that we are going to get rid of now. We're going to have to figure out what that should show, but it's not going to show that. It's not going to do that. Okay, so we still need to track which tab is selected and all of that, but we can do it with the navigation backstack entry. So what we do here is put this whole thing. Nope, not that. Put this whole thing. Seriously, where is it? In there. What's wrong? Oh, okay. There. This whole thing in there. And, well, let's see what that's... I know exactly what this is going to look like. You press this, your toolbar is not going to go away. Simple as that. But what if? So we have this nav host here. What if we move this nav host out and put in another nav host? So, I mean, that's true nesting, right? Like, they're saying to add nested graphs to your nav host, you can use navigation extension function. But what if you want to show something outside of this? Like, how do you do that? Or do you assume that everything is part of... Do you do this? Then put navigation in there? Is this even possible? So can I do this and put this guy on a different navigation graph? It'll compile. That's interesting. Okay, so let's move the scaffold and put it here. So now this is the home composable. This should not compile. Like, I can already say this should not compile. What's wrong? What's wrong? For route, okay. Yeah, item details. That's details 2. Let's try. Oh, okay. 1 sec. Let's run it again. Maybe it crashed. No, it definitely did crash. Okay. So runtime is completely fine with this, but sorry, compile time is completely fine with this. Actually, that's fine. We'll just do this. Oh, no. We'll do this. The start destination is still item detail 2, or item detail, that's fine. Okay. So we have home scaffold. And this navigation isn't doing anything inside it. I can completely see that, because it's not. So what is this? Okay. Constructs a new nested nav graph. Fine, that's fine. Now, the thing is, this isn't a composable. So first things first, I shouldn't be able to pass this. As far as I shouldn't be able to pass this. Let's see. Destination. Nope. So they really don't want multiple nav hosts. All of that makes complete sense. What doesn't make sense is how do you show things outside of that graph? Like bottom navigation, right? Okay. For example, say you have a bottom navigation. You are not going to be on that screen all the time. This is the same, like top and bottom navigation, same thing. You're going to show the bottom navigation for some screens, and you're going to be able to click between them to switch to another navigation destination or route. And then if you click something in the route, you might necessarily not be on the same screen anymore. So let's see. Drink some water here. Okay. So in the bottom navigation composable, get the entry. That way you can select this. Say, like we're literally making a bottom navigation at the top. Like that's what we're doing. Okay. Items route is used to connect on click and blah blah blah. That's all fine. Nav controller is coming from here. Okay. Nav host is down there. As content. Like that. Yes. So over here we have scaffold, we have the bottom bar, and this nav host is the content. That is what I want. So not this. The nav host is the content. If the nav host is the content. What if they all use the same nav controller? I wonder. Okay, well if the nav host is the content, let's do that. Let's do it right now. Right, let's comment that out. Comment all this out. Okay, and do animated nav host right there. Controller goes there. Start destination is channels. And boom, this composable goes away. That goes away. And we have, right, yep, we have home scaffold. We just removed these 3 levels for whatever reason. Okay, so that gives us both of those screens. We have animated nav host. We should be able to switch between them if we want. In this case, what I'm going to do is, let's see, we can remember the selected state and all that. Let's see, selected tab, 0 on tab selected. Do nav controller navigate to. Let's for the sake of testing this, let's do this. And over there, we just do, sure, select a tab and tab selected. What's the problem? Okay, that's fine. We can do that over here. String. Okay, and the third thing is content, the first thing. So that compiles, and then over here, we have on tab selected. We just call on tab selected with, oh crap. I guess we should provide this list. Not liking how dirty this is becoming. We'll have to separate the concerns. Basically, home scaffold will become this composable that can take any number of tabs and be able to select between them, and then there'll be a sort of implementation. So maybe it'll be called home screen that'll actually contain the tabs and actually do the navigation between them. But right now, I guess it's fine. So on tab selected, we have tabs. We do the index, and so this will be the routes. And over here, we'll do selected tab index. Just rename that to that, and go back here. So now you have. So we do selected tab is remember mutable state. Where did it go? There it is. State of. So that'd be our selected tab index, and we pass that over. Let's make it a delegate. Let's make it modifiable or mutable. Okay. And on tab selected, we navigate to that and change the selected tab index. That's it. Then change the selected tab index to the index of whatever we routed to. So I guess we'll use that, and we'll also have our tabs here. List of channels and tabs. So that'll be our tabs. There's that, and we get the index back. Index is here. So we literally just pass the index over there. Make this an int. And so selected tab index becomes index, and route is just tabs index. What this should do is it should allow us to change tabs using the navigator, but we'll see. Maybe this will not work as expected. Oh, it does. Okay. That's nice. Worked on the first try. Let me know. Let me know if there's anything. Maybe in the future, you might think, oh, React is cool and all, but what about Compose Web? And this still applies to Compose Web because Compose is slowly becoming that way of making UI for any platform. So there's frameworks now in different levels of stability for Android, for desktop, for web. All three can be written in Kotlin. And there's some very initial work coming out for Compose iOS. I think in the next 2 releases, there should be something from JetBrains Compose, if I'm not mistaken. So that's really exciting for me, the person who knows how to use this framework. And then on the other hand, you have Kotlin multi-platform, which is everything but the UI. So it's getting to a point where it's only a matter of time before Kotlin multi-platform and Compose UI become this thing together where you can write UI for any platform in the same language, maybe using shared code, and then you also share code on the business logic side. I haven't worked much with Kotlin multi-platform, to be very honest, but it is very exciting. Will it have that uptake? Who knows? Never know these things. Okay, so this is part of the graph, and if I press back, we go back to channels. Of course, the tab doesn't change, but that's because I haven't handled the backstack entry thingy. But press back enough times. Okay, so that shouldn't happen because it's going through the whole backstack right now. That should get cleared when you go to channel screen. I think. That's fine. That can happen later, no problem. What's more interesting is, so now I press this. So of course, it crashes because there's no route. Where do I put that? That's the thing. Okay, so let's try that. We have this now. I am like 90% sure this is going to crash, but let's see. How many extra braces do we have? Okay. There we go. It wasn't that we had extra braces, it was that we didn't have enough. So let's see if this works. So there's animated nav host inside animated nav host. As expected, this does crash, which sucks. Oh. Should be set before the set graph call. That might be because we're using the same controller. Let's see. Parent nav host controller. Okay, so now we have 2 controllers. Okay, that launched. And then we put this up. Obviously, this will be cleaner, I assure you. But right now, it makes sense to put all this in one place so that it's easy to experiment with this. This could work. I'm not saying... Oh, it crashed, actually. It didn't work. That is because to channel screen, we're sending the wrong nav controller. You should be sending the parent nav controller to channel screen. So there's that. You go there. You can go back. Press that. That works. Okay, well, that seems to be working. But I still don't know if it's recommended to put an animated in a nav host inside a nav host. But looking at this, I can't imagine anything else because you have a scaffold with the bottom bar. You're giving it these nav hosts with profile and friend list. In the friend list, maybe there's something more, like going to deeper levels of the app where bottom navigation is not shown. Do you hide it over here? Or do you just navigate out of this whole composable? This whole scaffold doesn't need to exist over there. And the thing is, we can actually look at GitHub for this example, this exact code, if I'm not mistaken. So let me do that. Let's search this guy right here. On github.com. No, not look at Android X. Compose. Not Compose. Android X. And in here we have Compose. And at some point we have the bottom navigation graph. Let me bring this over. Where'd it go? There. Let's search for this. There. Navigation samples with args, nav, bottom nav demo, and with arguments. Okay. So in navigation samples, so we have these screens and dialogue and okay. And profile. Let's see what's in profile. Put it over here. Oh, music stopped. Didn't realize that. Let's play a different Stream Beats playlist. Oh, this is the same one. Okay, sure. Let's play the same one. Need to set it on repeat. Or make a bigger playlist. Yes. Okay, seems like profile should be here. Okay, there it is. So, okay. Oh, it just goes to the next one. Oh. But if are there any examples for nested? There we go. Okay, nested navigation. Oh, what is this? Nested nav in graph. Where are these? Okay, so there's a composable there. And there's navigation there. And that's nested. Breaking my brain right now. So there's a composable there. Okay, that can be navigated too. That's fine. And there's this. And it is nested. Okay, so that's one of the nested things. This is the other one. Start destination. Where the start destination is a nested graph. Neither of those solve my problem, which is that, oh, do they? No, because I need a composable that contains the nested graph. Because how else are you gonna put something that is shared between both of, like, all of the nested things at this level? It doesn't make sense to me. And yet I think that this is wrong. Like, I do think that there shouldn't be two animated nav hosts here. Yeah, I don't know. But I am getting really hungry and we're way over time. Usually I stream 2 hours, so I'm going to stop streaming at this point. And what I will do is I will ponder a little bit more on this, see what I come up with, and we'll clean up some code next week. But for now, let's commit this and let's say goodbye for this week. Add nested navigation between home and between home, add panel and home and app screen to navigation graph. I think that's a correct description here. But all this gotta go, like the pager state, it's no longer there. Actually, let's remove it. There we go. Let's remove that. And let's remove the tabs, I guess. We don't need it. Okay, so next week I'm gonna have to do some cleanup here. And yeah, then we'll animate the animation. At the very least, we'll have animated transition between channels and apps. That's important to me to faithfully recreate that. Yeah, other than that, we should cache the images and everything so they don't blink in and out every time they load. Oh, it's not happening anymore. Ooh, look at that. But it is happening when you switch away and then come back. It's like this white thing momentarily, and then it switches to the correct thumbnails. Either there should be some like shimmer effect, or they should just load really fast. I think Google just loads really fast. Like it's actually there in the background. Okay, so over here it's there in the background because maybe that's a bottom sheet or dialogue or something. But then with this, it goes away, comes back, and you still have the images not loading again. They're there. So should be able to do that then. Okay. So let's add this thing somewhere. Let's add this task somewhere. Task is keep images. How do I describe this? Let's see, bug images when returning to channel screen. Thumbnails are white for what? Are white for a little while or something like that. Thumbnails reload. Anyway, that's an important performance. Like this has to be performant. It has to be fast and smooth. So like switching has become very smooth, like super smooth right now. I'm sure it's even smoother on a real TV. And screw it, let's add the animation. Why don't we do that? No, actually, let's do it next week. It'll have some corner cases that we'll have to fix. Let's do it next week. All right. And it's all committed. All good. All right. Thank you so much for sticking around, dropping by today's stream. It wasn't like, I don't know if we accomplished a lot today, but hey, the navigation is working and we have we made some headway towards nested navigation so that the animation between the apps and the channels tab is smoother. Whether that was the right way or not, we'll learn with time. As to open sourcing this app, I will be open sourcing this probably tomorrow or Monday. There definitely will be an announcement on Monday, and there will be some more updates. What else is there? Oh yeah, and I'll put the VODs on YouTube soon. I have them ready. I just need to pick a day and upload them, set the title. Oh yeah, and I have to create a thumbnail. That's what's taking so long. So maybe I'll cheap out on the thumbnail and do it quicker and keep the experiments to later. Other than that, have a great weekend. take care. Yep, see you all next week around the same time, maybe earlier, slightly earlier. But that's it from me. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. Take care. Bye.